The city's migrant makeup that's changing. The expat market has been morphing for some time now as well. And as Moscow becomes a port in a storm for those looking for work, Jacob Greaves joins us from Moscow City, home of the high-rise expat, of course, with some news that basically suggests that times, they are indeed changing. Jacob, evening to you. What kind of a change are we seeing here?
Well, we're talking about a bit of a spike when it comes to the number of foreign workers seeking employment in Russia. Now, according to one firm that deals with those CVs, Page Personnel, they say since 2010 it's spiked about 3 times. So there is a vast increase. But it's not just about the numbers. This isn't a numbers game here. What's notable about this increase is who exactly is applying for work in Russia. Now, Russia's known as a place that attracts those high-end executives looking to work in the oil and gas sectors, for instance, in banking, in law firms, or even when it comes to teachers or journalists. But what they're saying here at the moment is they're actually now attracting middle-end management looking for different types of jobs, whereas there may be an increase in the number of people seeking work here. There's actually a decrease in their expectations in terms of salaries or indeed job titles.
Jacob, what are the push and pull factors here?
Well, what they're saying at the moment, crucially, is the situation, the conditions elsewhere. Now, there draws our attention immediately to the Eurozone. There's startling unemployment figures in certain states in the Eurozone, Greece, Spain, particularly among the youth of Spain, indeed outside of the Eurozone, looking to further abroad in Europe, the UK. Well, that's just entered another recession officially. So we're looking at a situation where unemployment isn't very good. It's not in a very good situation, and that is where many people within the industry and experts are saying at the moment, a lot of these people are seeking work from. They're coming from Europe, not America, not Canada, and they're looking to a near European neighbour for more employment opportunities. And the Labour Ministry here in Russia notes that, in fact, when it comes to employment, salaries in Russia tend to be between 30 and 50% higher in Russia than they are in Europe. So that's just another reason why they may be seeking to weather out that financial turmoil in Europe. And from Russia's perspective, this is in fact an increase that the Russian government has been trying to bring about for some time. Yes, I mean, the reasons for it may not be down to some of the incentives put forward by the government. No doubt they have been seeking it for some time. They want what's called highly skilled workers. They're to really develop the expertise base in Russia, drive forward modernisation in the economy, and replace somewhat, make up for that brain drain we've seen since the collapse of the Soviet Union, where some of the greatest minds left for education and employment elsewhere. So they want those highly skilled workers, and they're trying to draw them into Russia through a few incentives, one of them being financial. Now, we know when it comes to Russia, the income tax here is one of the lowest in the world, about 13%. But it's not just financial, also when it comes to registration, quite a complicated bureaucratic process it has been in the past. So that means registering with local authorities about your presence and that of your family in Russia. Well, they've since changed laws over the past couple of years which really simplify that process for yourself and your family if you are a highly skilled worker. That's classified by either your job title or the amounts you earn. So they'll no doubt be quite happy with the current circumstances, even though it may not be the top end of employment, the creme de la creme that they may have originally sought. But this programme itself has been distracted and has proven problematic somewhat by the still difficult conditions in Russia when it comes to operating as a foreign firm. It does still tend to put them off when it comes to the level of transparency and corruption of doing business in Russia at the moment.
OK, thank you for that. Our correspondent Jacob Greaves.